friends, today we are going to discuss about debugging using Pycharm. Now, the question is, why do we need debugging? What is the potential impact of debugging when you are doing with respect to the development section, or maybe with respect to the designing section, or maybe with respect to the full stack development? Debugging plays a very important role because with debugging you understand the flow of the code. You understand where is the error if you want to improve or optimize the code. Today I will start with Pycharm, and the Pycharm gives us an immense options of the debuggings, immense buttons that comes as step over, step into, step out, set values, creating watch, resume program, view breakpoints, and show execution points. So what I will do is that I will try to cover these with small videos so that you can practice them, but in a chunking way. Chunk means in a small bunches of videos. So today we will discuss about step into my code with a practical scenario which will help you to understand where should I apply this particular command. Step into my code. What does this means? If one wants to go to the custom code, then one can use step into my code. So what do you mean by your custom code? Your custom code means the code that you have written yourself, the code that you have created to do something. Now, after you move into that particular function, you can use the step over to go line by line, as step over will not go to the built-in functions. So in the coming videos these particular sections will be covered, that where do we need step over, where do we need step into, where we need to set the values, where we need to create a watch, where we need to resume the program, and how to see the breakpoints, and how to understand that where is your current execution point. No worries about that. Let's go to any code and see how we are how we are going to execute the step into my code. Okay, let me stop the debugging and let us see what do you need it, what is the important thing you need it before starting the debugging. The first thing you need is the breakpoints. So you need to put some breakpoints to do the debugging, then only the debugging will happen. These comes into the do's. So what do you need it? Do means what checklist do you need it? First you need to put the breakpoints that you need to debug the code. Now if you see that check equal partition is some function that has been created by me and I want to debug it line by line. So what I will do is that first I will click on a debugger. The debugger will reach to the line 15 because this is my first execution point. To understand that where I have put my execution points or the breakpoints, you can see that these are the three lines 52, 51 and 50 where I have put the breakpoints. So we will go to that line. Now I will use step over so that I can go to the next line, I can go to the next line. Now I went to this line and this is my custom code, and it is clearly written that if you want to go to your custom code you have to use step into my code. So what I will do step into my code. Bingo, it moves to my custom function. Now I can use step over to go line by line, and if any of the built-in function comes, it will move over it, it won't go inside it. That's the beauty of step over. So in this way I can debug the code, I can see the how my variables are being changed from the below down menu, or we can say that this box, and in this way I can debug the whole code line by line. I can view the array, I can see how the values are being set out, and in this way I can do a debugging the whole particular function. And once the function gets debugged, it will return me to the out of this function where it is called, and then definitely I can understand how my code is working. So in a nutshell, we can say that step into my code brings me to my custom function. Debugging is needed for mainly two purposes. One, if you want to understand others code line by line, you need to understand the flow of the code. Second, you got some error, you need to debug it and optimize it. In the both the cases, you need the debuggers and debugging. So there are different options. We move to the first one, and in the coming videos we will discuss about the rest of the 8 points. Thank you. Have a great day.